First, I want to apologize for taking so long, but I didn't have a lot to talk about before now, and I have a lot of news that things are just happening all at once, which is good because I wanted to get things rolling. First of all, I got an appointment to see an endocrinologist. He's the most well-known, if not the only well-known person who deals with transgender people in the central New York area, so I'm looking forward to that. It's just after my birthday, and I'm going to have a party the day after the appointment, I think, a birthday and transition party. It's going to be called Year Zero. So that's really good. I talked to some of my family about it. Not everyone, but that went pretty well so far. I burned my first 12 videos on a DVD, so I'll be sharing that with people. Of course, the last videos I did were just me shooting places and stuff. I've also joined my first community channel, and I really like this one because it's very open in terms of all genders and all types of people. And obviously, if they let me in, then it's a pretty open community. I still enjoy watching 5 Awesome Trannies when they start making videos again. And also, of course, Tranny Star Galactica. I never applied for those because I don't know. I just like the idea of, with Gender Blend, you can post whenever you want, and it doesn't have that rigid structure, and it's not as focused on one type of person. It's really got a nice diversity already after only a week. I'm gonna have a playlist on my channel which will have all the videos that I post on there on it, and otherwise you can subscribe to them. Chances are, if you're watching this, you're probably already subscribed, because oh, maybe not. If you're not, you should check them out. But just keep in mind, it's a very diverse, loose community. There's not like specific questions or a specific goal. It's very open, which, sometimes you might see things you're not necessarily liking, that don't interest you, or just boring, or you just never know what you're gonna get, so. But for the most part, the videos are not boring. They're short, or they're full of interesting information, so. I'm about to go for my 12th laser appointment, which might be my last. So I've gone to 11. It's been about a year I've been doing it. And you can see I've still got the ingrown hairs, because you burn the hair down to the root and it grows back. It's a good way to get ingrown hairs. And then I scratch at it, and so that's nothing new though. I mean, until the hair goes away, that's gonna be a problem. I just felt like we had reached a plateau where they were not able to increase the laser anymore because it was too painful, or just wasn't safe or whatever. So I want to move on. Rather than just keep doing it for months and months, if it's not having a significant impact, I want to switch to electrolysis, which I know works. It does take longer, it's expensive, but I don't want to stay on laser too long and waste the time and money. So I figured a year, and since I'm going to start the hormones, it would be a good time to switch. Hair growth is kind of still thickest, where it's always been thickest around the goatee area, especially the mustache. In other areas it's really sparse, and only the really light hairs are remaining. But around the nose, like this, still you can see dark hair there. It just doesn't want to die. still going to voice therapy, and my voice is, I don't know. Sometimes I talk higher, sometimes it dips down lower. It's still a learning process, but I think it really helps to practice. So, again, until I'm living full time, I'm probably not going to get enough practice to really settle down. But practice makes perfect. Actually, no. Perfect practice makes perfect. Anyway, I'm not going for perfection. I mean, I do have the shadow, but it's light enough now that if you look at other women, they have that shadow too, usually. Some of them would even have to shave a little bit or pluck hair, so I'm to a point now where I'm starting to feel more comfortable that I'm not there's not enough there that it becomes a real problem for me. But I would feel a lot better if I never had to shave again. So I'm going to keep going. In the voice too, I can usually get recognized as female with just my voice, even if my looks aren't really quite there yet. So that's important. And I never expect to have this really cute voice that, I don't think that's where I'm going to end up, and that's fine. I want it to be very relaxed and, very easygoing, comfortable voice. I don't have to struggle my life to produce voice, One of the things that I emailed my parents was when Chastity Bono came out and said she was transitioning to be Chaz Bono, female to male, I emailed that story to my parents. It's kind of to help them get their heads around what I was doing without specifically saying, Plus, it's the most famous person I know of who's transitioning, and it's somebody who was around when they were young. So, somebody they know about who's been in the media. So I think that'll be a good thing for everyone to have somebody who's relatively famous and has been known before transitioning and then transitioning. So if you transition really early, really young before you become famous, of course she was a child star too, so that's a different thing, but if you transition before and then become famous, then you become famous as a transsexual person. But if you're famous already and then you transition, people know you beforehand, so they don't necessarily see you as just famous as a transsexual. I don't know if RuPaul was famous before being a cross-dresser or a drag queen, but with Chastity, Chaz Bono, it's going to be different. He's going to be, going through that process already with everyone knowing. So I think that's a good example to have, that people aren't just, transsexual people as some kind of other breed that just appears, that regular people that we know go through this process. And I think Chaz Bono is just, just like anyone else, but I think it takes a lot of courage when you're in that spotlight, when you have, all those expectations from the whole world to change your gender is, it's a pretty big deal. So, best of luck to both of us. I just wanted to leave you with a quick quote from the late Michael Jackson. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change.